I hope you're having an awesome start to your week. We are talking about what do you do when you fall so far off track that you cannot see the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm going to give you some strategies today on emotional eating, what you can do so that you don't have to go through that guilt, shame cycle, and what I'm doing right now to help me get back on track in hopes that it inspires you to get back on track as well. I'm going to be taking you behind the screen in the spreadsheet system that I'm using to help me get the check marks I need to feel motivated and get back on track. If we haven't met before, my name is Tanessa Shears. I'm a weight loss coach for women. I'm the creator of the Diet Makeover program and have helped women develop a sustainable system for feeling good in their bodies and confident and being able to pull on their skinny jeans and have them fit because they're fueling their foods with they're fueling their body with the right food. So let's hop right in. So this whole video is based off of a comment that I got inside of our She Takes Action community, and I'd love to read it to you just so you have context for this, what I'm going to be sharing with you. So she said, what do you do when you fall so far off track that you don't see a light at the end of the tunnel? Then the guilt comes, and then I don't care, and I'm going to be fat anyway, so why not eat what I want? Those kind of thoughts. So then she eats more. And all along, nothing truly makes her feel better. What do we do to get off of that mind-numbing, destructive cycle? And first of all, I want you to know that you're not alone, and I think most of us can relate to that. You know, when you've decided that this is it. What's the point in doing this anymore if I keep doing this to myself? So you just drown yourself in the shame and you keep eating. We can all relate. But what I want to do is shed some light on why this is such a challenging feeling to go through and what you can do instead. So here's the thing. When you're looking at it like that, you're basically giving yourself two options. Your option is either A, you are miserably failing all the time and you're going so far off track that you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. And the other option to that is perfect. And you're not doing anything right or anything wrong. Everything is perfect. You're eating exactly what you're supposed to eat. So a lot of us, when we look at it as those are our only two options. Either everything is perfect and we're doing exactly what we should be doing, or we're miserably eating until we're sick. So we find that we only give ourselves those two options. And as long as you are living in that dichotomy, nothing you ever do will feel good enough. Nothing will ever feel like you're doing it right. You'll always feel like there's something wrong with you. So what I offered instead is to meet yourself where you're at and develop a strategy of getting just 10% better, just a little better. So instead of having it be you're either in or you're out, what if right now you want to meet yourself right in the middle, somewhere you're at? Because when you're in this style of thinking where it's either you're all right or you're all wrong, what we need to do right now is have you start accumulating little wins. So little like, yes, I did it. Those kind of things along the way. And this is that whole strategy of getting 10% better. So I'm going to suggest 3 strategies that are 10% better. If your only other option right now is being perfect or, emptying out 3 cartons of ice cream in a week, here is how you might get 10% better. So if you are able in the middle of your overeat to just be like, oh my gosh, what am I doing right now? I'm overeating. I'm aware of this. I'm hearing my thoughts. Oh, that's interesting. Here's what I'm thinking. Just being able to catch yourself in an overeat and be conscious is a big deal, because a lot of the times we overeat because we can go unconscious. We don't have to think. It just numbs us out. So by hearing yourself and being like, I am overeating right now. I am overeating right now. That is already better than going completely unconscious and emptying a carton of ice cream. So the second option, which would be a little up from that, is knowing that at any moment during your overeat, you can choose to stop. And that alone, if you're catching yourself in the moment being like, I can choose to stop right now. So just knowing that you can make that decision and choose to stop during an overeat is already better than what you are already doing. So it is 10% better. If you find that once you start eating, there's no stopping, choosing to stop halfway through is already better than what you were doing. And the third suggestion I have is allow for small improvements. So if right now, when you sit down to an overeat, you manage to go through an entire carton of ice cream, what happens if you say, this time, I'm just going to do 3/4. And this time, maybe I'm just going to do half a carton of ice cream. And you progress that way. So here's the thing. When I share this strategy with clients, a lot of the time the pushback I get is, that is so slow. I'm never going to get there. That's not good enough. But here's the thing. If your only options are either perfect or like 3 cartons of ice cream in, this is an improvement. And what you do is you learn how to sustain 3/4 of a carton of ice cream instead of a whole carton. You learn how to sustain half a carton of ice cream instead of a whole one. And each week you get a little bit better. And then here's the thing, if you're going through that part where you're overeating and then there's the guilt and the shame and the what's wrong with me and I'm not good enough, I want to share with you that all of that is optional. You can come up, you can think, oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? But it is a choice to continue thinking that about yourself. And I know that that is such a liberating and scary thing to realize, is that, oh my gosh, I have the choice to stop thinking these things. So if you think something like, I can never do anything right, it is your choice where you can then go, I'm not going to talk to myself this way. That is it. This is not happening. Or you can let yourself beat yourself up for weeks on end. But here's the thing, that feels terrible. So the fact that we know that it is a choice to continue that alone will make this process so much better, because you know if you make a mistake, you can choose not to beat yourself up about it, but instead assess what went wrong, learn from it, and move forward. So meet yourself where you're at, 10% better. It doesn't need to be perfect or all wrong. There are stages in the middle. So I found that, I keep very close track of what I eat because it's important, because I want to know what the foods I'm putting are in my body. So as a general rule, 5 to 6 days a week, we stay no sugar, no flour in our household, because it helps us maintain a natural weight. I feel good. I have energies. My workouts are strong. I don't need a midday nap. I can go on and on and on. My hair is healthier. I feel stronger. My skin is clearer. So many things change. So as a guiding principle, we do 5 to 6 days of no sugar, no flour. But through my close tracking that I do of what I eat, I have noticed that it start being, okay, now there's 5 days a week of no sugar, no flour. And then there's 4 days a week of no sugar, no flour. And we got into this really slippery slope where we looked and I'm like, oh my gosh, no wonder I'm feeling lousy all the time. I'm doing 3 days a week of no sugar, no flour. We need to get this back under control. So if this is you and you are just like, I have slipped to the point where I feel so frustrated, I'm going to show you what my fiance and I have done as a kind of a fun way to get it back on track. So I am going to show you here our spreadsheet. Hold on just a sec. This is the spreadsheet that we have set up to help us get back on track. So I'm just going to go over it really quickly here. So what we've done is we've set this up to go from March 10th to April 6th here. We've outlined what our workouts are going to be during the week and on what days. And then we've set up this kind of little fun checkmark system here, if you can see. So each day of the week, we have the possibility of getting 13 points. So what that looks like is we can do a possible 7 days a week where we do no sugar, no flour, and 6 days a week where we work out, because we each have one rest day, you can see here. So what we have done is we've set up a system where every day we check off, did we do our workout? And so you can see here, and then did we eat no treats? So treats to us is sugar and flour. So what we've done is we start adding up our points. So you can see here on Sunday, no sugar, no flour, got my workout in. Monday was a rest day for me. No sugar, no flour. Workout yesterday, no sugar, no flour. And today I've gotten my workout in so far just here. So the kind of neat thing is what we do is we add up our points over here. So how this works is for workouts, we can get a maximum of 6 points because I do account for a rest day. And then as far as no treats go, you can get a maximum of 7 points. So if you look over here, you can see that we have it set up as if you did all of your workouts, so all 6 days active in the week, and you had no sugar, no flour, 7 days, you get 100%. But if you checked out the newsletter that I sent out to all the women in my community last Monday, I'm all about shooting for 85%. I think 85 to 90% and you're golden. So you can see here, this gives me a possible score. So if we add up our workouts and our no sugar, no flours, we can get a possible maximum score of 13. Then if I have 1 day of no sugar, no flour, that lets me have 12. If I have 2, that's 11. If I skip a workout, you can kind of see how it affects your score. So how this has worked is you can see so far I've gotten 3 workouts and 3 no sugar, no flour days. Today's not over yet. So I have a total of 6 and my current score is 46. So I know that I want to get an 85%. That's my goal. So I need a score of 11 to make it to 85%. So these two numbers need to add up to 11 to make it 85%. So what that lets me do is either miss 1 workout and have 1 day no sugar, no flour, or that lets me have 2 days no sugar, or 2 days with treats, and then, miss no workouts. It lets me have 2 days where I either have sugar and flour or I don't do my workout. So that way it gives me a little flexibility and I can still incorporate treats. So how this is going to work this week is there is a good chance that I'm going to hit my workouts all the way through the week because I'm just loving my workouts right now. And what I'll likely do is I'll let some sugar and flour in here and potentially here. But I don't have to. That's the thing, is I can go for a score of 12 and get 92. But the minimum I've set for myself is a score of 11. So if I miss a workout, I can only have treats one day of the week. If I hit all my workouts, I can have treats 2 days of the week. And this is kind of how we've set it up. And I mean, this is just a really simple Google sheet. You can see we're planning for March 10th to April 6th. We're doing a little bit of a challenge. We did our photos and stuff. You can see this kind of goes on down here. We did something a little fun is where I made, because naturally I've been a personal trainer for over 10 years, I made Flynn a program here, and I made myself a program here with the exercises we're doing in here. But yeah, basically we both have access to the spreadsheet, and we come in here and we make our check marks and stuff like that. We add up our scores. He's one ahead of me because I had a rest day on Monday. But yeah, this is kind of what we've been doing to help us get back on track. I mean, I love a good check mark. I love adding up points. And like I said in that newsletter that I sent out last Monday, 85% is my goal. This lets me have 2 points that I can play with during the week. I don't have to, but it lets me have that opportunity. So before that, I was getting, how I said I was getting, 3 or 4 days of treats a week. I was getting between 9 and 10 points. So this here, 10% better. I've gone from 77 to 85%. This is what my 10% better looks like. And I know not everyone is a spreadsheet, junkie like I am, but this really works for us. Have enjoyed that little tour through that spreadsheet, as well as how I would deal with feeling like there's no light at the end of the tunnel. It's really about stopping that thought cycle that there is all in or all out, and seeing that there's that mid-range. And you can see I incorporate treats into my week, but I make sure I do it in a way that's planned and it's not emotional and impulsive. So it's all about 10% better. How can you get 10% better? I want you to like this video and leave a comment below and let me know how you're going to get 10% better. If this stuff is like resonating with you and you love the spreadsheet idea, this is the kind of stuff that I do with my one-on-one coaching clients. And if you want to get in, I've got one more spot open for the month of March to work with me one-on-one inside of my VIP Diet Makeover program. You can go to TanessaShears.com/coaching to read all about what working together will look like. Or if you know you're in, you want to jump on a call and ask some questions and see if this is the perfect fit for you, TanessaShears.com/apply. I'll be looking forward to seeing your name in my inbox, and we can set up a call and talk all about what it's going to look like to make over your diet and get 10% better. I'll see you soon. Bye.